And it didn't happen overnight. It wasn't a quick thing. And it's not going to be quick for you. And I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I'm telling you up front. I tell you every time in these videos, you're going to fucking lose money. It's going to be harder than you want it to be. It's going to be easy to want to quit. But you have to dig your heels in and just show up. You have to show up. Because when you start trading with real money, should you ever decide to do that, you're going to have times when you start going in drawdown, you're going to lose. And you need to make decisions. And they need to be rooted in sound logic. What's the next step if you go into drawdown? Another trade? Same risk? More risk? No stop loss? You have to have rules. You have to have a process to manage yourself. Because unless you manage you, it's over. It doesn't matter what system you're using. It doesn't matter who your guru mentor is. It doesn't matter if ICT can turn other people into profitable students. If you fuck up and you go off the rails and you don't follow the processes and the rules I'm going to lay down for you, you're going to blow it. And who's going to get the fault for that? You know you're going to blame me. You're going to blame me. But everybody else that's making money and has found consistency are just going to be saying, no, you're full of shit. So you're not even going to get the outcome you want there either. That's why when I push this in the videos, and I talk about it in these lectures, okay, these are the parts where you got the message, you understand, but there's a lot of you that don't. And I am not going to be guilty of not at least pushing the idea that this is risky shit. I'm not oblivious to that, but some of you are. And I need to make sure that you understand, if you do things half-ass, you are going to get your ass handed to you. That's the way it works in this business. You can't sugarcoat it. You can't. I can't, as a teacher, as a mentor, I can't do that. It would be unethical. It would be irresponsible for me to sit here and try to make it sound like everybody walks in here and we all get rich. Man, if it was like that, I would love it. It would be great. But unfortunately, the reality is that's not true. You're going to have to work really hard for this. So you need to decide what time frame you're going to trade. And on that weekly chart, I do my top down. And then I get myself to a point where inside of a specific element of time in the day, I'm looking for 1 and 5 minute entry techniques to deliver on a 15 or an hourly framework. So that's why I can take a trade that, even though it's on a 1 minute chart, I'm getting 5 to 1, 10 to 1, 12 to 1 R multiples on a 1 minute candlestick chart. That's it. Very, very small risk. Now, don't fall in love with the small risk, because I'm going to teach you how to be responsible and not try to get these really, really small stop losses in the beginning. You will learn that this year. But in the beginning, it's irresponsible of me to try to paint this, watch, I'm going to get you in here and we're going to use 2-handle stop losses. I'm going to show you how you can do that, but be responsible in your expectations going forward. Because in the beginning, I'm not doing a crash course on laser guided precision with ultra slim stop losses and mega R multiple profits. I'm not promising you that. I'm showing you how to read the tape. You're going to be able to find one good setup per week. That's my guarantee. One good setup. But that's not getting me rich, Michael. If you take that one concept and apply it and multiply it over and over and over again and use sound money management, that same pattern exists each day. But you have to discover what it means to be disciplined and say, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to control myself. I need to pace myself and not expect to be able to do this every single day as a neophyte. A neophyte comes in with a great deal of fear of failure. How do you conquer that fear? Do what you're supposed to do one time for the week and stop, and then just observe the rest of the week and see how many times you would have got it wrong after that, but safely on the sidelines without committing anything with your demo account. Oh, you're talking about demo. You need to learn in a controlled environment. You cannot learn this risking real money. You can't. You cannot. I don't give a fuck who tells you. I don't give a fuck how much money they made and they're trying to teach you that. I don't give a fuck. Because as soon as you equate the outcome of an experiment or a laboratory study or case study in price action, it only is favorable if it makes you money. If you're learning like that in the beginning, you are training yourself. You're teaching yourself to worry about the outcome monetarily, when the whole function should be, is the market delivering price exactly as I'm expecting it to do? Because once you place the protective stop loss on, and you have already mapped out where your partials are going to go and where your terminus, where the end result is, the goal of your trade, I don't give a fuck what the outcome is in terms of money. When I'm doing my partials, I don't have it calculated. I'm going to make this much on that first partial. I'm going to take that. I'm not doing all that math. I'm looking at the chart. The chart says this is what the price run's likely to do now. Where's my stop? This is where my stop's going to go. Okay. How much is it in terms of the full range? I'm looking for a minimum of 10 handles. If it can't offer me 10 handles, I don't give a shit about that move. Why? Because I'm teaching you. Not that I can't go in there and find 3 handles. Like every 15 minutes, I can pull out 3 handles. You want to see me do it this year? I will. The point is, I'm teaching you, that person that doesn't have any experience. I'm showing you how to go in, be comfortable, not be scared, not have anxiety about what the hell you're doing or what's going to happen. They're going to stop me out. There's certain segments of the time in intraday price action on the daily range where factors are very favorable for you to go in and manage risk responsibly and have a reasonable expectation that the market will likely do a specific thing. That's why I teach the way I do, because it's algorithmic. These things should manifest themselves in price. And if they don't, it's good for you to be out of it, be stopped out, and be done. Go to the next session or don't trade the rest of the day. And some of you already are communicating that you don't even have the discipline to not pull the trigger when I'm calling these moves now because you're trying to make money and you're doing it wrong. You're absolutely fucking doing it wrong. And at the end of the year, when I'm no longer doing this and you didn't learn what you should have learned, you're going to be back at square one, scared shitless because you're going to do a couple trades on your own. They won't pan out. And you're going to think, oh, they changed the algorithm. ICT's shit's finally been mainstream. Now it's the new retail. It's not going to be the fucking new retail. I'm teaching you the market. I'm teaching you how the market's book price. It is what it is. It isn't going to fucking change. It's not going to diminish. It's not going to, if anything, it's going to get better. As technology becomes more advanced, the precision elements, the static bullshit that you see in certain times of the day, that's going to go away. It's going to be smoother. I'm excited about the fucking future. I'm not scared it's going to stop. But I understand how it feels. You found the goose that lays golden eggs and you just don't want it to die. Listen, even when ICT's gone on to greener pastures, this shit's still going to be working. And I'm going to be echoing in your mind every week, every day, and it won't stop. When are you going to stop trading? Your model has to have that. You have to know, when are you going to pull the plug and say, okay, I've lost enough today. And it might be just one trade. That's your threshold. That's it. I'm done. I'm not going to allow myself to go into a period of mental drawdown, which is much more expensive than financial drawdown, because financial drawdown is finite. It's limited to what it is. But when you have a losing trade or a series of losing trades, how many times does that fucker haunt you? I can tell you and think about things that I endured in the 90s, that just the mere mention of them or reading that journal causes me to have anxiety because I can relive that moment. That's why journaling is important, because it takes you right back to that moment, right then and there, and you can relive it. It's not like these jokers on the social media. I'm going to tell you a trade I took today. I think I got in over here. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. If you took a trade, you're going to show us where the fuck your trade entry was. You're not going to think, I think I was around here. I think I did, I don't know how many contracts. Get the fuck out of here. But you're wasting your time listening to these people. You're listening to these jokers. You need to know when to stop. Stop listening to ICT. You've watched enough videos for today. When are you going to stop your trading? When you make money, are you stopping? No. We can't do that. Shit. We still got the afternoon session. I'm at 5Gs, baby. 5Gs. It's the easiest fucking money I've ever made in my life. I'm going to double it. Oh, I can't wait until 1:30, 2 o'clock. ICT said that the next move happens then. And I'm going all in. Texas fucking Hold'em, ES style. We're going all in. and you get fucked on the turn. River card, your history. See you later. Because you don't have limitations. You don't know when to stop. When's a good thing enough? That's why I presented that series, Ends. If you've listened to me and you've adopted this mindset, you're going to get rich real quick. That is unfortunate. Because I want you to first master yourself. And it's going to take you a year and a half, 2 years, really, to do that. It ain't this 30 days to replace a bad habit. Fuck that. Let me tell you something. If it was that easy, I would have been a whole lot better sooner. This is something totally different. You have never done anything like this. Ever. Ever. Because as much as other people may troll me because I don't do what they want me to do, dance for them the way they want me to dance, to the tune they want to play, fuck them. You do what I do. That's all I'm asking you to do. And it costs you nothing. All you got to do is put your calls out there live. Where it should go, where it shouldn't go. But you have to know where your limitations are. Stop. You make money? What's enough? What is your rent payment? What is your mortgage payment each month? That's where you should be focusing. If I could just get half of that a month. Listen, folks, nobody's writing a fucking book about this. Nobody's going to do a teaching series like that. I did. And you wonder why this industry's plagued with so many failures. Because your expectations are too high. You want Olympic gold results on every fucking trade. And that's not realistic, folks. And you expect it to be daily. And that's not realistic either. The flavor of the month right now is, I want to make $100,000 a month. That's certainly commendable if you can obtain that. But is it realistic for me as an educator or you as a new student to think that you can walk out here in your first year doing that? I never do that kind of fucking shit. I don't ever promote some unrealistic threshold that you should strive for. 6% a month is going to be hard for you in the beginning. So what happens if you only make 1% a month? Is that failure? Fuck no. Some of you don't know math. Like you lose sight, like you forget rudimentary math. You're all wanting to get these funded accounts. I want to be funded to 150,000. Unless it's 150,000, it's not worth my time. Are you out of your fucking mind? Like if you literally had any equity, you can trade micro and build that up. It's going to take you more time. I'm not going to argue that. It's going to take you more time. But it doesn't matter if you only get a $10,000 funded account. If that's what you get, that's what you get. You can work with that. And don't fall into, I'm $2 million funded. Okay. It's become a measuring contest. Like we're all pulling our dicks out to see who's got the longest one. I'm going to sit over here in my lane and say, none of you motherfuckers are going to be as precise as me. So measure up. I don't need to be on anybody's leaderboard. I don't need to do any of that stuff. So don't get caught up in all that. You're here to learn how to make money. That's it. That is it. There's nothing else to this industry except for that. And have fun doing it. Control risk and have fun doing it. Be passionate about it. But you also have to know where you're going to pull the plug and say, I'm done. I've made enough for today. I fulfilled my objective. You have to have goals. There's people out there going to say, don't fucking have goals. Have goals. You have to know what it's likely to reach for, because here's what's going to happen if you don't. You're going to be impulsive. You're going to chase price. You're going to react to price instead of anticipating price. I can't fucking stand it. I can't fucking stand it. When I see and hear people say, don't have goals or expectations in the marketplace where it's going to go. How the fuck are you going to fucking trade? How are you going to fucking trade? Seriously. You're going to put a trade on and not have an expectation where it's going to go? How the fuck does that even make sense? Don't have goals. You got to know where it's going. What conviction are you placing behind the idea that you're incurring risk on if you don't have a fucking goal? If you don't know where the market's going to go next, reasonably, how could you possibly expect to be profitable? You might as well just flip a fucking quarter. Heads you're buying, tails you're selling, right? Some of you newer folks like, this guy just lost his fucking mind. No, I'm absolutely passionate about what I'm doing and what I'm teaching, and I see this nonsensical bullshit promoted online. It should be fucking criminal. You should be fucking penalized for shit like that. How else could you possibly measure progress, understanding, and learning if you don't know where the market's going to go next? Why are you pushing that fucking button? Why are you inviting monetary loss, emotional distress, stress, anxiety? You're inviting that on the basis of what? A fucking indicator that said it's overbought? Who says it's fucking overbought? That squiggly ass fucking line only crunched numbers back 14 bars. Who gives a fuck? 14 bars on a weekly range is nothing. When the market's going to reprice higher on a level that's established on a weekly time frame, your overbought and bearish divergences aren't going to mean shit. It's just going to keep repricing, and you're going to get mad. But my indicator, but my teacher said, this indicator said it's going to go down. The divergence is there. Fuck that divergence. It's not there. You're right. It's not there. The algorithm doesn't give a fuck about the indicator. It doesn't even realize it's even there. It's not calculating anything on your indicator bullshit. Your harmonic fucking triangles and bullshit you layer atop your charts. None of that shit matters. None of it. So you have to know when you're going to do a full stop. Pull out all the stops, you're done for the day. You're done listening to ICT. You're done listening to the bullshit. You're done trading. You have to have limitations and thresholds that you're not going to cross. That discipline has to be forged early on and continuously honed in this lifestyle, because it's easy to get caught up in the mania, thinking you know more than you really did. I fell victim to that as a 20-year-old. I thought I had everything fucking figured out. And then the market showed me I knew shit. Fuck all. I knew nothing. And I arm wrestled it. Oh, yeah? You want to blow that account? Well, watch what I do with this fucking account. Oh, yeah, you did great. You just fucking lost that one twice as fast. Beautifully done. Let's see if you can do it again. And I did. Did it deter me? Fuck no. Because if they took it from me, that means that they made that money. And I was going to be on that side. That's the side of the game I was going to be on. So when you lose, do you take that as a personal defeat? And you're like, fuck, I'm going to end up quitting this soon. I don't. I'm like, okay, that was a good move on the chessboard, but I still have pieces. I'm taking your shit. That's the way I think. That's the way I think about this. Every move on a chessboard, sometimes you're going to lose a piece. That's just the way it is. But as long as you still have pieces on the chessboard, the game's still on. But many of you don't regard the level of risk. And you think, okay, well, I lost a little bit there. My daily max loss is, I'm only halfway there. I just can't go home with a losing trade. I got to get it back. Let me just go in here and try to do it one more time. I won't use a stop loss this time because I'll be worried about getting stopped out if I put a stop loss. So therefore, let me go in there and just do it without a stop loss, and I'll do it with 3 times the leverage I just lost on, because then I only need a small little piece. I don't even have to be much correct in terms of where it's going to go now, because I'm doing 3 times the leverage.